Hello everyone, I am Dr. Gireesh Kumar, presently working as Assistant Professor in the Department of Library and Information Science, Banaras Hindu University, Varanasi. At the outset, I would like to congratulate this Academy and Vishweshwara Technological University for organizing its fourth LIS Academy Conference 2021 with a very relevant theme, Open Scholarship and Libraries. The topic of my presentation is harnessing the potential of open educational resources to accelerate the inclusive education issues and challenges in India. So as we all know, education is one of the fundamental human rights and is essential to achieve sustainable social and economical developments. Availability of educational materials is extremely important to progress in the teaching and learning activities and to ensure inclusive and equitable quality education. We have heard about many open movements like open standards, open courseware, open access, etc. etc. So these open movement enable free sharing, preventing duplication, avoiding or restricting copyright practices, and promoting economic efficiencies and improving the access. So open educational resources is also one of the members of this open family. They are highly supportive in teaching and learning activities. So actually this OER was first coined in a forum which is convened by UNESCO titled Impact of Open Courseware for Higher Education in Developing Countries. It was held in July 2002. So it is a kind of an innovative tool for meeting the challenges for providing lifelong learning, and it is giving us opportunities for learners from diverse levels and modes of education worldwide. So India recognizes the importance of OER in meeting the challenges of education system and considered to be a revolutionary movement. So there have been many studies already done regarding this OER, their activities, their developments, growth, etc. Especially in Indian scenario also by various researchers and others also. And they have justified that OER have the huge potential. They have a potential to transform teaching and learning practices in a cost-effective manner. So, however, the learners and teachers need to utilize to the optimum level. That's what we have a shortage in the maximum utilization. So, OER are created for different levels of education, like schools, postgraduate, even for undergraduate, and research scholars, etc. And it can be used for lifelong learning also. So, when we look at the point of quality assurance and OER policies, so OER generally prepared under Creative Commons license. We have seen many OERs, they are normally prepared under open or Creative Commons licenses. So quality assurance guidelines of OER are to be taken care while preparing the content so as to ensure the good quality. So formulating an OER policy helps the content developers to standardize and make them compatible with the guidelines in the best possible way. So OER also, they are to be tailored according to the needs of the targeted audience. So in this way, we need to make the OER materials so that the public can, or the users, or the concerned person can use it for the maximum. And the growth and development, when you look at the growth and development of OER in Indian scenario, so the growth of OER can be traced in India in the year 2003. So when the National Program on Technology Enhanced Learning, that is NPTEL, it was emerged with an aim to enhance the quality of engineering education. It was a joint venture of 7 IITs and Indian Institute of Science, Bangalore. And apart from that, in India, we can see Ministry of Education, Government of India, with the University Grants Commission and AICT. They're working hard to make such kind of initiative under different platforms for the different types of users. And providing access to OER through, there are many platforms, governments also providing like NMEICT, NKN, Sakshat, Consortium for Educational Communications, or CE platform. These are the different platforms normally we use or we use to get the OER. In recent years, we can see many higher education institutions, including schools, they have started their own OER materials, and they have started developing such platforms for the benefit of the stakeholders. And apart from that, ventures initiated by non-governmental organizations also we can see, like even including individuals, they have been equally professionals in that way, and they are creating such kind of OER materials. And when we represent OER in a category, like we can categorize them into different segments. So, for example, based on this origin, it can be differentiate. Based on the producers, it can also be differentiate, and access level, stakeholders level, licensing system, etc., etc. There are many representations for OER categorization. So, when we look at the issues and challenges, there are many challenges in Indian scenario in developing and accessing OER related. So that is the main focus of this particular study. There are many issues which are related to funding, even the cost of development, infrastructural facilities, and the manpower and copyright issues, and the software and hardware issues. There are many such kind of issues which are hindering or preventing the materials to be formed under OER. So, in order to overcome such kind of issues and challenges, in India has to work closely to advocate for the use and developments of OER, and we must invest in OER policies to achieve a sustainable development. So, a systematic effort at national level is required to develop a strategy for developing and delivering OER, and also mechanism to evaluate and measure the impact of implementation of OER. Quality is one of the most important aspects. It can be done through peer review system, or it can be done through a committee which is looking after the quality measures. And apart from that, we need to have a measure to impact the implementation of OER, because we have many OERs presently available, but many of them are not using optimal level. And apart from that, awareness program is one of the important aspects of OER. We can have awareness programs like workshop about OER, about licensing system, and where to find OERs, and how to upload OER materials, and how to develop it, and etc. At various levels can be organized, national levels and regional levels also, so that the users will be much aware about that. And again, the use of Creative Commons, that is a boon for hosting the open contents. So the use of Creative Commons license also to be encouraged by sharing such valuable resources under OER. And apart from that, high-speed broadband connectivity needs to be provided to all the educational institutions and organizations to develop and access OER contents. So integration of OER is to be incorporated in the education system, and especially in the primary levels. We can see the OER materials which are available especially for the UG or PG programs, and even for the higher levels. But it has to be incorporated. At least the awareness program has to be started from the primary school itself, so that the people will be aware about that. So they will be using much, because all this information which are available under OER platform is reliable, or we normally it is a kind of authentic resource. So that the awareness should be start from the primary levels itself. Awareness and understanding of OER among the teachers and even the learners also to be enhanced. Maybe we can adopt various ways for that. Not only the workshop and training programs. Apart from that, some kind of advanced awareness program can be given to even for the lifelong learners, including the faculties and teachers, so that they will be able to share such kind of information to the students. And apart from that, even the programs to increase the awareness of OER among the teachers and learners, they have to be initiated from the school itself. So, and including the colleges and higher education system, so that this will be much benefited for the user community. Unless until we provide awareness program, we make the policy, we have a national level policy, then only we need to push up all these contents to a particular platform so that users can avail them. So let me conclude in this way. So awareness and understanding of OER among the teachers and learners to be enhanced. That is most important thing which we need to follow to enhance the access to OER materials. They are to be encouraged to create and disseminate the teaching and learning materials as OER, especially the materials produced with public fund. So people should be aware about OER materials, how do we develop that, and how do we make that. It should start from the primary school leveling itself, so that the material can be utilized maximum. And apart from that, the available materials should be publicized properly to a wider audience, so that they will be used at maximum level. So it can get a wider access and even the wider scope also. So thank you.